Hey guys, welcome back to Nick Can Cook ? Today I'm gonna make El Timpano, which is a dish that I learned of from binging with Babish, who was creating a recipe from Big Night. It's essentially a lasagna that's housed in a casing of thin pasta dough. So we're gonna get started here in a moment. First we gotta pop open a bottle of wine. I don't have a wine opener, so this is the tool that I bought when I was in college, that you basically have to brute force your cork out of your bottle. So we're going to start with making our veg for our pasta sauce. So I'm going to dice up an onion and a carrot finely to impart some sweetness. Also gives me a nice chance to show off my new cutting board. And so I'm gonna dice up an onion here. In my opinion, the best way to avoid tears in your eyes is to use the sharpest knife possible. You could always run your faucet or wear some goggles if you're really extreme. But again, we're gonna dice this up finely, just like our carrot, so that it softens easily. It doesn't take too long to cook. And after we get that ready, we're going to crush up some garlic. I'm going to use about 3 to 4 cloves here. And then we'll take a drink of our wine and de-stress before we make our pasta dough. So this is my first time using seminola flour, which is the classic Italian way to make pasta. You can make it from all-purpose flour as well. So we're doing 2 cups of flour, 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, high quality, and 2 tablespoons of warm water. So we're gonna mix that together until it comes into a ball. You want a cohesive dough ball that's smooth but not tacky. And then we'll wrap it up in plastic wrap and let it rest for 30 minutes to an hour while we start on our meat and our sauce. So I'm going to cook up some spicy Italian sausage for this. Cabbage is involved, but again, I'm trying to cut the corners here. So we're at our onion and our carrot to the oil that I use for the sausage to make our sauce. Once that softens up and all the moisture comes out of the onions, we can deglaze with the wine. We'll add some oregano and some chili flakes. Do a big pinch of salt and a couple cracks of black pepper. So we'll toast those herbs up, and then we'll add a couple tablespoons of tomato paste. And we'll bloom that on the heat before we add our whole can of tomatoes. So I'm using San Marzano. It's got some basil in there for a little more seasoning. I'll crush up those tomatoes so that we're making a nice smooth sauce. I did let this sauce simmer for about 2 hours while I did the rest of this prep work. And then I added my garlic late because I don't like to cook garlic. I like to just kind of let it bloom in the sauce. So we're chopping up our mise en place. As you can see, I hard boiled about 8 eggs for this, chopped up some pepperoni and sausage, some leftover salami, and then we're rolling out our pasta dough. So I meant to make a giant sheet of pasta, but I underestimated the size of my pot, so we're going to have to roll out 2 sheets of pasta and try to combine them. So started adding my penne to the bottom, Layered in some sausage and some pepperoni. Layered on some fresh mozzarella, then our tomato sauce. And now I kind of Frankenstein together my 2 pieces of pasta dough. Add in my hard-boiled eggs, more penne, grated some aged provolone. Layered on some salami, more sausage, more sauce, more penne, more eggs. Some more mozzarella, grated on some Parmigiano Reggiano. So I baked this thing for an hour in the oven, and now it's ready to turn out. So I flipped it using a cutting board. And then waited for the big reveal. So obviously there's a crack in my Timpano because I used 2 sheets of pasta dough. Tried to put them together, but definitely make 1 large sheet, and this will come out much better than mine did. So there's a hole in the back. We got a little spillage, but there's a cleanup crew standing by. So we're gonna cut off our slice here. Let's see what this thing looks like. I'm gonna plate it up on a bunch of pasta sauce. And then we'll grate some nutmeg over top. And that's it. There's the Timpano. This is far too much work for a dinner for one. Only do this if you're trying to impress someone. Thanks for watching, guys.